DRB. I hate this camera. So annoying. Okay. Okay. Gotta hope that my next step isn't to blow up everything. Oh no, I want that. Yeah. Do we? No. Wait, did I just create 3 tabs? Okay, actually, created 3 tabs. This. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alrighty. Why is my flashlight like that? Okay. This is the new face in my sub. Hello, Funtime GD. I have not streamed in so long. Normally, I just don't care about streaming. Can't hear you if you're speaking. Really? Bro, you gotta be trolling. You trolling? Come on. Okay. I turn up the volume on my stream just to make sure I can actually hear myself and I can hear myself. Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the loudest voice. I tend to have my voice down a little bit. Okay, wait, is this what I want? Yeah, I think this is what I want. Sure. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I need to do. Oh, good. Okay, good. Nor do I. There, there. Anyways, how are you? Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. Alrighty. How's it going? Ah, it's going alright. I've spent pretty much all day today just trying to write down Korean, Chinese, and Japanese food. Oh geez, my entire desktop is a mess. Okay. We don't. I'll do Hungarian later. How are you? How are you? How are you? Um. Okay. Probably want to do dumplings first. I might switch over to a different category. I mean, I've already. How many foods have I written down? good. Chilling, just chilling days or weeks after retiring from Duolingo after that 1000th streak. Nice. I have a goal, and it is to learn as many languages as I physically possibly can. So, I'm about to head to bed. That's good. It's always good to get some sleep. Yeah, I might switch over to a different category. I've been writing down a whole bunch of food and drinks. Chinese characters is what's really kicking my ass though. Jeez. There. What song is this? Oh, I don't want to listen to that. I either might move on to like family or just basic like introductions. Though I already know how to say hello in like 20 different languages, so Pershindatie, Privyet, Здравствуйте, Hi, hello, konnichiwa, hello, hola, aloha, annyeonghaseyo, mm, ciao, tietich, uh, yat e. That's already a few. Dang, you're fluent in that. Keep it up. Thank you. Spasiba. I know more Russian than I do with everything else. I'm only able to memorize like so many things with languages with just introductions of hello. Um, Marhaban. That's Arabic. Actually, I do remember I wrote down like a few of them right here. Let's see here. Uh, uh, Ahalan, Ahalan, Ahalan. I'm, I think I'm saying that incorrectly. Hi, Dobry din, hey, hi, hoi, saluton, hello, bonjour, terve, hello, yatsu, bonjour, aloha, ritsas, namaste, sia, hello, diadich, salve, shalom, konnichiwa, krapla, krapla, annyeonghaseyo, salve, yat e. Hit Spanish and then move to French, then Arabic, but somewhat plan to move to a different app or do something with it. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Duolingo isn't bad if you're just trying to get like a general idea of a language. It's not the best thing to use if you want to go full on out with, being fluent, but it's definitely a good starting point. It's a good learning point. That's why I know a little more Russian than than I anticipated, and my fluent language is English. So, uh, Привет, как дела? Which is hello, how are you? Um, Большой can mean big. Mm, Меня зовут means my name. Твой зовут is your name. Or if you're feminine, then I think it's твоя зовут. Um, Visya. I still need to figure out what the difference between those are, but pretty much they just mean like everything. Um, I know how to count in Russian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9, 19, 20, which that's 1 to 20, 1 through 20. I know how to count in Arabic. واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة. Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I probably messed up 14, but it's somewhere close between there. So I know how to count from 1 through 9 in Arabic. I know how to count to like, I think 20 to 30. Learning every language is gonna be the ultimate. It is though. Currently, currently there's somebody that can speak like a total of like 56 to 57 languages, but for some reason I just have a desire of wanting to like learn languages, and I always have a dream just to be able to know every single language. Currently, I think last time I checked, there's like 7,156 or 1,000, 7,157 total languages. Even though, like 10% of those languages are equivalent to being the same as another language, depending on what it is. So like Esperanto, Spanish, Portuguese, like those three are similar. But in Romance languages, then it'd be French, uh, Spanish, and there was another one, but I don't remember. I do know that German is equivalent to somewhat like Spanish, English, uh, Spanish, German, French, are kind of equivalent to the English side of things. Um, I guess Polish kind of is. Polish is kind of like a harder variant of English. I mean, well, I mean, yeah, of course, it's its own thing, um, but yeah, I'm enjoying every little moment of it. My main problem is just trying to like remember everything because over on this paper right here, um, I have Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. I'm trying to learn all three at the same time. So I did water 3 times in 3 languages, coffee, tea, rice, sushi, pretty much just drinks and food. Japanese water is mizu, and then Chinese water is shiri, and then Korean water is mui. Coffee, Japanese is kohi. Coffee in Chinese is cafe, cafe. And then for Korean, It is Kyopieo. Kyopieo. Tea, Japanese, ocha. Chinese, cha. And then Korean is cha. Rice, Japanese, gohan. 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 Chinese, mi pan. And Korean, sal. And so on and so forth. Sushi, uh, curry, ramen, pizza, cake, porridge, tofu, soup, kimchi. There, I think it's the next page because I just barely started working on the next page. Uh, Japcha, Japcha, something close to like that. Basically, it's another Korean food. There isn't really necessarily an actual like Japcha word for Chinese, but you can kind of make it a little more different if you want to, because all it is just mixed vegetables and a certain type of noodles. But even then, I can only remember like a couple of these without looking at the paper. But if it's Russian, I'm able to understand that. Like water in Russian, that's voda. Juice in Russian is sok. Uh, ya pyo, ya pyo sok, ya pyo sok, whatever, which one it is. Um, ya yin yabloka, which means I eat apple, or u меня есть яблоки, which means I have apples, or uh, or I think it's u тебе есть, or yeah, I think it's u тебе есть. That's you have apples, I think, or well, you have. I forgot to add yabluki. So yabluka is apple, yabluki is apples, even though e doesn't always have the s ending for a word in Russian. There's also tvoi, tvoi, tvoya, and tvoyo, which I had to search it up on ChatGPT because I genuinely do not understand on what the difference is until it kind of told me what the difference is, and I'm so confused because apparently coffees and windows have genders. Apparently, I don't know how it works. Apparently, the moon has a gender. Apparently, it's feminine, which is noch, which has like a silent vowel. I forgot what the name of the silent vowel was, but there's two silent vowels, or they're not vowels, but there's two silent characters. uh, it's a soft sign and a hard sign. They look like B's, lowercase b's, though one of the lowercase b's looks like an actual lowercase b, which is just a soft sign. The other lowercase b kind of looks like a musical note in a way, if you kind of know what a musical note looks like. And because of that, it's a hard sign. And with hard signs, I think if I remember correctly, because I do have a Russian book that I still need to make progress in. I hardly made it to like the first like few pages inside of it. But I do remember it saying something about whenever you have a hard sign inside of a word in Russian, it basically has like a stopping point. A really good example for that would be inside of Arabic, because inside of Arabic they have a double sign which kind of looks like a sideways three, and this double sign, if you put it onto a certain character, let's say T, so if I say uh, bat bat ta, it would be Baatta. No, it'd be Baatta because I'm using the longer sound. Bata, the but ta. So there's like so whenever you have the double sign, separates the word in a way, but it still makes the word as a whole thing, but it just kind of like splits it up as like if it was two words. But if we didn't have the double sign, right there, then it would be but ta. But if there is a double sign, then it'd be but ta. So basically depending on whatever vowel or whatever letter you're ending off or you're about to end off, um, that has the double sign is basically what will double it. I'm not for sure if that rule applies for some of the doubled things, like like the and the and then I think there's like three to four different A's inside of Arabic. And then there was a few other things in Arabic that I still need to uh that I still need to learn. But overall, I know a tiny bit of the writing style in Arabic. I don't have much of any problem from writing from right to left. It's more just trying to understand what each character can actually do whenever it's actually like connected, because unlike some other characters, we all started languages not knowing they had genders, not gonna lie, but you make a pretty good language teacher once you've nailed it. Well, well, becoming a language teacher, that's most likely not happening anytime soon. Even if I do become fluent in like I don't know 70 languages before I turn 30 years old, I'm only 20, but I uh, I'm still gonna keep learning because I genuinely have a passion for learning. And I won't lie, there's times I get burnt out and I have to switch things up a little bit. Sometimes I even have to take a break. But for some reason, but I have been trying to find different ways to improve my memory, improve my education in this. And people are gonna say Duolingo sucks. People are gonna say Duolingo is fair. In my opinion, Duolingo only sucks if you're trying to go for uh maybe B2 and higher, depending on what language you're learning. Because if you're learning Navajo, there's only one section of it so far, so you're not gonna really learn much of anything. You're even, I mean, yeah, sure, you can go ahead and complete all the lessons from inside of it and learn, 50, 70 words depending on what it gives you. I know inside of I know inside of English because I decided to change my language to Russian and take an English course to see how many words there are, and there was like 4,000 plus words inside of the English category, which technically speaking, no average American uses 4,000 different characters, or not characters, but different words inside of one day. An average English person, or an average American that speaks English, I would only guess could be arranged from anywhere from 2 to 400 characters, maybe even 500 characters. It really depends on what you're doing, what you're learning, and what is going through your mind. I mean, for all I know, if I could count how many words I've said today in terms of even mistakes too. Even mistakes, yeah, they count as words because I mean, you can just write down your mistakes too. Yeah, sure, it's gonna be a mistake, but it's a word. It might not be an actual word, but it's a word that could be a word. So, but as of today, I think I might have said close to 500 to 600 different words today, and that's also including, my errors and everything else. And I won't lie, there are times whenever I am speaking English, whenever I'm getting really deep into Russian, um, I tend to mix up my words a little bit. So whenever I try to process words in my head, it takes a tiny bit of time because I'm trying to not speak Russian. And because if I go ahead and added a bit of Russian with my English, it would kind of sound like "Да, я знаю, понимаю, что м, я знаю читает книгу или книга," which just means book or books. Или books. Book или book. Well, I wouldn't go all full out. I wouldn't go all full out Russian. I would. It would be. It'd be something simple like ya, because ya, which is ya, which is actually it, which is actually like a backwards capital R in Russian. It is I or I am or I'm, so that's ya. So there are times I use that, and then there are also times where I use e, which is just a capital N that's flipped upside down, or another way that makes sense is instead of drawing a capital N going like up, then going to the bottom right and then up, you would actually go down and then top right, uh, top right, right, and then go down again, which is just basically just the opposite of a capital N in English, which is E, which is I. So the I in Russian is E, which can mean and, and then there's also T. T is a little bit confusing because it has for an English person, it looks like there's three characters, but there's actually only two. It's T, and then there's E. It is E, which I think makes a Y sound. I think. Um, Basically, it kind of looks like a lowercase b and a capitalized I, but like the same length as the lowercase b. Um, but it's actually together as one character, and I think in my Russian book it said that it makes it "uy" sound, if I remember correctly. So, but usually you wouldn't hear people say "t." You'd hear people say "t" as if like you were actually saying the actual "ti," but you're saying "ti," which is "t," which means you, by the way. So "ya," "I," "e," and "t," you. "Ya," "e," "t." I and you, or "t," "e," "ya," which means you and I. Uh, Mój друг, which means my friend. Uh, Я знаю по-английски или нет, и по-русски, which means I know English, and Russian. Uh, Mashina, which means car. Okna, ili ok, okno i akna, which means window, but in a way if you were to say it in depending on who you're saying it to. So if you're saying it to a female, it would be if I remember correctly, I think it's akna. If you're saying it to a male, it'd be akno. And and Russian is pretty confusing because some of their O's makes a sound, even though it's actually not an A. Trying to think of a good example for that. Um, I'm sure I'll think of something here pretty soon, but it can be a little bit confusing if it can be a little bit confusing because usually if you see the accent sign on top of a O in Russian, it is it is clarified as that being the actual O character. But if you don't see an accent sign, then it's A. But but that can be confusing because there are here actually I just thought of one Yabluka. So it might be a little bit it might be a little bit strange that Yabluka of how it's formatted because it is ya Yablo. So it's Yabloko, but the ending of it has a in it. Another one is Malaco, which Malaco or Malaco, which is Moloko, which is milk in Russian. Yabloka is apples or apple in Russian. And it's also confusing because once again the whole gender thing. The, see for Spanish dialect and how they do their genders is a whole lot more simpler than it is for Russian because as you already know, for in Spanish you have Nino, you have Nino, which is masculine, and you have Nina, which is feminine. In Russian, you have somewhat of the same dialect in a way, but it's also a little bit different too, because some words end with O and A, and some words apparently for masculine have an A ending to it, and some feminine apparently have an O ending to it, and it can be really confusing. So that's why Russian is a little bit confusing, but it's nothing compared to like, Japanese and stuff like that because well, I mean, I guess Japanese isn't too bad. Chinese is more scarier because what there's like over 300,000 different possibility characters or not possibility, but there's like over like 300,000 different characters. And I guess technically Japanese kanji is a tiny bit equivalent to Chinese. I also realized because uh, I think it was where was it? I know it's right here somewhere. I think it was Yeah, it was it was porridge. So in Chinese, porridge is zhou is zhou, which is zh accent o, which is just a dash on top, um, and then u, so zhou, which is porridge in Chinese. in Japanese, there are a few different ways on how you can say porridge, and one of those ways actually does have the Chinese dialect of zhou in it, but uh, and I think porridge in Chinese also has a few different ways on how it's formatted too. And then here pretty soon I'm planning on, well actually no, I don't know about soon, but eventually I'm going to be trying to learn Hindi. I'm going to be trying to learn Hindi and see what my friend thinks because he was trying to teach me a tiny bit of Hindi uh earlier, like way earlier in the day. Um but I mean, I was doing okay, but if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember much of what he told me. I only remember um I only remember op not op, which is you, which is APH in Hindi, which means you, and then namaste, which is hello. Um and that's all I remember. That's what I mean. In my mind, I can kind of remember what uh what I was saying, but just in case I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to accidentally say something I shouldn't be saying. So, but I usually try my best to be cautious on what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, I definitely want to learn Russian because I want to go over to Russia, get myself a girlfriend. I want to get a Russian girlfriend. I, why am I saying get? I want a Russian girlfriend. I can't just get a Russian girlfriend. I want a Russian girlfriend. And because I mean I just love the Russian language. I mean, a lot of people in my family don't really care too much whenever I try to tell them stuff about languages, and that actually kind of made me really discouraged at some point where I actually pretty much just given up at some point. And then my father was just kind of talking to me, and then he kind of just changed my mind all around. And next, he was telling me about truck driving. So I'm trying to find a decent job or an okay job for now because I want to be able to start saving up money to save up for um got a goal you'll most likely achieve. Thank you. And if I don't, then I'll just go over to Japan. There's plenty of beautiful women over there. But like I told my father, I'm not too worried about relationships right now. So who knows? Who knows? Probably might not even be in a relationship probably until I'm like 50 or 60. But if I do that, I think my parents would be very disappointed in me because my little sister, that's like a year younger than me, is already married. So, but that's because of military army stuff. I don't know. It's none of my business what she gets into and what she does, so I just try to stay away from anything that's none of my business. I try to keep my nose out of things and do what I do best and just keep on learning. Ah,
Pela,
better,
pela.
better. English.
Huelga.
What?
Huelga.
Huelga?
Huelga.
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 Huelga. I know that's Irish.
Lowry Sean.
Labrin Sean. That's fair. Keep doing you. True, true.
Lowry
Labrin
Sean.
Sean.
Lowry
Speaks. Wait.
Sean. Lowry
Sean speaks.
Lowry Sean Gaelga.
Why you're screening 4-3? I don't know, bro. Hawa. Hawa.
Lowry Sean Gaelga.
Man, I don't have time for this.
Lowry Sean Gaelga.
Lauren Sean stretch the screen wall. Oh. Hold up. Let me fix that. Hold up. Ah, my pencil. My pencil. Oh my god. Yo. Can you guys read that? Okay. Let me fix that. Okay. That should be better, hopefully. Hopefully. Ay, ay, ay. I can't believe I didn't realize that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't realize that. Oh my god.
Lowry
Larian
Sean Gaelga.
Guerga. Sean speaks Irish.
Laurien Sean Huelga.
Sean speaks Irish.
Lowry Sean Berla no Gaelga.
So I'm guessing this means Sean speaks English or Irish.
Laurien Sean.
Sean speaks.
Laurien se Bela.
I'm guessing he speaks English.
Se.
Lowry she Berla.
You use OBS at all? English and Irish. Yeah. I don't know how you would say Irish in Russian though. I know how to say Russian in Russian. I know how to say English in Russian. He speaks English.
She.
Che.
Ah.
Le.
Te.
Te.
Bonnie.
Fanny.
August.
Laurien Sean Bela agus Huelga.
Okay, so Sean speaks English or no, that's not or. It's and. August is and Irish. Tongue twisters be something for real though. For some of these languages, that is so true. Okay, so I have to think like this. So
Laurien.
Larian,
She.
Larian, she,
Huelga.
Huelga,
August.
August,
Bela.
Bera.
Laurien.
Larian,
Se.
she,
Bela.
Bera, Bera,
August.
August, and then
Huelga.
Gueric,
Laurien.
Larian,
Sean.
where is it?
Bela.
Bera,
No.
no,
Huelga.
Gueric. I for some reason remember what some of the characters are in Irish. Thought I was gonna screw it up, but I guess I didn't. Man, this bro better wake up. He has his Duolingo lesson to do. Oh hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. We finally made it to 100. Finally. I'm so happy. That only took 100 days. True. One language I am kind of scared of learning out of all of these is this. I am kind of scared of learning Vietnamese because it's like because it's like the English Chinese. Like holy accents, like there are so many accents. You know, it's this and Navajo. If I can find Navajo. Navajo also scares me because this one is also so I kind of think of Vietnamese like the English Japanese. The English Japanese. I think of Navajo as the English Chinese. Um yeah, this is kind of a good example. I think it's yeah, right here. Yeah. So this is pretty much what hello is in Navajo, which is yat e. Then hello and thank you, yat e to ahehe. What is your name? Haj? Yini Yinili Yinili something close to like that. I honestly don't remember. I'm too dumb to remember. But yeah, no, out of all these, Russian is my only, like, one that I'm further in. If I can even find it. There it is. Yeah. I'm getting closer to 3. What does 3 have?
Я
Yeah.
дал книгу брату.
Oh, спасибо. Ona сказала спасибо mame. The dative case also gets used after certain prepositions like k and po. Well, actually, it wouldn't be po, it'd be pa.
Па.
Pa, yeah. Ya yidu after bosom instrument. There's like 50 million different cases in Russian. It scares me. At least I got the alphabet down. The alphabet really isn't that hard.
Yo.
What the fuck? What the hell just happened? Hey, can somebody read this? Can some can somebody read this for me? Um, I don't know what to do. Oh my god, bro. Um, I don't know how I'm supposed to really do this. Microsoft Edge went on drugs. So true. So true. Okay, well, it says Ciel Cielioya. Cielioya. So it's not the first one and it's not the last one because the first one has shit has she in it, has shit in it, and then the last one has in it. So it's either this one or it's this one. I think it's number 3.
Ціле.
Oh my-
А.
Please don't give me another stupid ass one, dude. Russian is cursed. Russian is cursed. Russia. 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 Okay. So it's not number 4. It's not number 1. I think it's no, I can't.
Рисью.
It's
Русью.
not. Oh wait, but it has a Y. So it would be.
Рисью.
Oh my god. Rabot. Rabotatia. Okay, so this is one of the things that are kind of confusing because as you can see, there is a O right here. We don't know if it's an accent or we don't know if it's correct whenever I type it in. But in English, it'd be RABOTAT, comma CYA. So it's either Rabotatia or it's either Rabatatia. Rabatatia. I think it's Rabotatia because that makes more sense. Oh, right. I forgot. See, always confuses me. This can't. On God, it really can't be. Finally, something normal. Roller. Okay.
Роллер.
Idiotka.
Идиотка.
Ugodny.
Угольный.
Ugodny. Судьба. Судьба.
Судьба.
Robotatia.
Ж.
J. Don't give me another stupid ass. God damn it. Think your mic is tweaking? I hear sound. Oh, no. Real. No, real. I wonder if it's because of my other output. I don't know. Fita. Well, there's this Fita, there's Gita, there's Dieta, and there's Dieta. Well,
Фита.
that's pretty easy. Surprizia. Please. Surprizia. So SYURPR. Which I think that's just surprise. Bah. Good job, me. God damn it. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Sure. V. It must be 3 then. Right? Oh, wait. Oh my god, I could just do this. Sure. V. Okay. This must be.
Шелковый.
Yeah. Ciel. Oh. Ciel. So this one's another confusing one because there's a chance where it can either be it or it could be it. Or it could be it. Cieloye. Cielu. Sad. Noj. Zub. Ryov. Dalio. God damn it. Dal. That's not it. Oh nah, bro. I'm gonna just pull a Bumblebee and dip lol through. Bierig. Oh, my mind just wandered somewhere else. Okay, that was easy. Linaya. That's Lugo. That has R. Okay, so it's this one. Okay, let's not screw this up like I did last time. Okay, this one. Okay, so it's this one. Oh, wait, that has E in it. So it's this one. Yeah, Russian isn't that bad. I only have 640 words, and I don't even have like even 75% of them memorized. Oh, looky here, dude. Funny thing, здесь is another way of saying here. Ukraine, Ukraine, yeah, Ukraine, Ukraine. About of etoi. There's like etat, etoi. You choose that one before. Yeah, I know. But my dumbass thinks like, oh, it's gonna be completely different because I'm smart. I'm so smart. I really want there to be like more languages. I want there to be more languages, and I want there to be like a reason for Duolingo. I feel like that whenever people get like a high streak and learn a language at some point, they just after learning a decent amount about the language, there's not much they can do because either A, they've pretty much learned everything they possibly can inside of Duolingo. The only thing that like gets updates is English. Every like few days, English gets an update. And I'm like, bro, you can't be serious. I think this one also, yeah, so this one doesn't have words for me for some reason. But if I want to have words, I just have to go to Angliski. So I'm just switching my thing over to Russian. And then I just go to this, Slova, and 4,512 Slova, which just means words. So 4,512 words. And technically I could actually use this to my advantage to go ahead and learn Galactica. I honestly don't know if I could do like another one. What's a really confusing one? Arabic. Learn from the Arabic one. I swear my brain was about to explode looking at it. 3, 2, 1. Wingardium Leviosa. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Okay. My head's already hurting. Okay. I wouldn't have survived such a violent battle. If he didn't steal the cookies, the villain's plan would have failed. If I had purchased a wall like that, I would have Oh, punch. Okay, broken. What if the hero hadn't saved the day and won the battle?
Battle.
That would... Well, I think that makes sense in this scenario. Wolves and dogs are relatives. What if you and I had our own movie? If a huge monster were chasing me, I'd run as fast as I can. I wonder if there's going to be a sequel to this movie. Or if
It's the same story over and over.
it's the same story over and over. In the latest superhero movie, the hero gets caught by the villain.
If he were smart, he would have apologized.
If he were smart, he would have apologized.
If he were smart, he would have apologized.
He would have. See, you always have to be extra careful. I wish I had a cool tail like my horse.
Horse.
That does not look like a horse. That looks like a pony. Oh well.
I would have enjoyed the movie more if I wasn't a scientist.
I would have enjoyed the movie more if I wasn't a scientist. That is not how you spell scientist. Scientist. I think that's how you spell it.
I would have enjoyed the movie more if I
Wait.
would have enjoyed the movie.
What did I screw up? Did I screw up? No. What did... I would have enjoyed the... Oh my god. Arabic with English. Yeah, everything is like the other way around. Okay, so I forgot to put an I right here. The man's hat would have been an ordinary hat if he hadn't placed a special lever.
He'd have a better suit if he could afford one.
He would?
He'd have a better suit if he could afford one.
What?
He'd have a better suit if he could afford one.
He'd have a better suit if he could afford one.
He'd have a better suit if he could afford one.
Scientist, you were right. Yes, I somehow got scientist correct, but I didn't get movie correct. Hey, let's go. Alright. I just need to go all the way down here. Do this. The train tracks were being fixed. I looked for my glasses beneath some stuff in the drawer, but my dog was wearing them the whole time. The motor was being repaired by a mechanic. I'm sorry, I've been late to 3 dates. And I realized I was being pulled over. I panicked when I realized that my brake pad was broken. Long story short, I was arrested for speeding. Why is this resulting? It's midnight for me right now. Alright, see you, bro. Thank you for stopping by. I was on my way to see when a turtle walked in the middle of the road and blocked all traffic. I tripped over some shoes and hurt my. Told my friend that everything seemed to go wrong today, and she felt sorry for me.
Sorry.
Why am I late? Why am I late? That's a long story. Have a good night, bro. Sorry I didn't call sooner. I was on the phone with my insurance company while my car was being taken to a mechanic. Yes, to a magician.
I guess I just lost track of time.
I guess I just lost track of time.
Sorry, I'm running late.
Sorry. I'm running late.
That must have been really frustrating.
That must have been. Really?
That must have been really frustrating.
That must have been
That must have been really frustrating.
really frustrating.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
There was a big pothole.
There was a big pothole.
You should have gotten a hold of me sooner.
You should have gotten a hold of me sooner. Один, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. No way. My brain's gonna explode. So what, isn't it like the same thing? No, it's slightly different. Okay. What's another one I should do? What, these are like all... Oh wait, right here. Should do like a... Actually, I don't know. Could do Hindi. Oh wait, I'm not for sure. Oh wait, let's do Thai. Where's Thai at? That's not Thai. I know what Thai looks like. It looks really strange. This must be it.
Coffee or tea?
Is this seriously the same thing?
Quitting. Hiding.
Bigger.
I think there was poison in that cup.
I think there was poison. That's not how you spell poison. That's how you spell poison in that cup. I screwed up poison. I'm too lazy to do this. I should learn Thai. Translator. I want to learn Thai. How do I learn Thai? How do I say hi in Thai? Swasti.
สวัสดี
Sawat they. Bruh. English inside of English. Russian inside of Russian. Spanish inside of Spanish. Po-angielski. Ja na to spać. Yeah. I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. I can probably try to stay up just a tiny bit longer. If I don't fall asleep. Tylko mi ma.
Koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgiel. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd i chwytam gwiazd jak kłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje. Jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach ćmam, radę dam albo nie dam. Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi giną jak utaba ludzi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w diabła cię szarańczo. Jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Chemia party, chce na narty, to dilera, a nie w Alpy. Orzeł kurwa chyba hitler, jak nocha ani pięć Hitler. Tak bardzo chcę dotykać każdy z tego, bo widzę totalne kurwa mega zejście. A masz mi się smoka weźcie, masz hajsy, ci te zalegam, no to chuj ci
I'm not
się
joking
wybiegam.
today. I want to kick like a panther. There are no dealers on dealers today. Not anymore, for sure. I think justice breaking me down. I won't follow anything. I have skills. How much give that longer? Will this condition last? Dream, prevent of coke, connect them of heroin. And I wanna drive in a Cadillac. I put on my friends with my cousins, but I want something. Yeah, the lone option is a bit, cause I'm trim. Like this is only thing in my head is I cocaine, fly away alone to the edge of the oblivion. I have thoughts in my head when pills is falling, whenever I'm not alone, because I want you will find love on the discovery. I want to shoot from my gun. Another goodie, he knows I hear the murmur. Yeah, I'm maybe it's in the song. You know, but I got nothing up left to do. I got looking at you, what you use before. So at least the number 4, and I was shocked like a swallow. Like, what's a Maya beat? This is a joke, I don't believe it. I like them like a dead and I'm more super is getting worse. I'm scared like 5 years. When I lie, I get the hot. Hey Johnny, I like to sprinkle, and in the middle, I press I got full, but all of the time I've been in the system. I wear the robot, I'm slow, grasping my